Hello everyone, welcome to another review. It's not a movie review, it's a TV show review. This is a show, believe it or not, that is based on a subreddit. The subreddit is also called 2-Sentence Horror Stories. Basically, you have the title of your post is sentence 1, and then in the second sentence it's some kind of twist. Or a reversal of expectations. The subreddit itself is pretty hit or miss. A lot of the top voted posts on there are just puns. Like, they're not actually like a horror story, they're just like a pun. I don't know why they thought this would be like a good thing to make into a show, but it exists. The main question is, why is this a show? The whole appeal of 2-Sentence Horror Stories is that they're short and punchy. So expanding that into a 20-minute episode really is a dumb idea. The actual episodes don't take from the subreddit though, which is weird. It's an anthology show, so every episode is based on a different 2-sentence horror story. They show you the first sentence at the beginning of the episode and the second sentence at the end of the episode. Now, before we get into why I think it's not very good, I will give a disclaimer, and it's a pretty big disclaimer. I've only watched a couple episodes. I've only watched, I think it was 3. That being said, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 episodes. So, and also this is just an anthology show, so it's not like, so every episode's different. And like I said, I did watch at the time that I recorded this, I had watched almost half of the available episodes. So I just wanted to point that out because I did kind of a shitty job, because I wanted to add this in because I was editing this back and I realized I kind of did a shitty job explaining why I think it's okay that I didn't watch the whole show. But it is possible that I did just pick the 2 shittiest episodes. From the concept, I feel like this would make a better web series than an actual TV series because, as we'll get into, the main problem with the series is that it is 21 minutes to get what is essentially 2 sentences worth of content. Not essentially, it is 2 sentences worth of content stretched over 21 minutes. I'm going to be talking about 2 episodes today. The 2 that interested me the most. We have Tutorial and Hide. Tutorial interested me the most because it seemed the most high concept of all of the shorts. And I love high concept horror. I love high concepts in general. So Tutorial, the basic concept is a woman is filming a makeup vlog and her house is broken into while filming. And I love that concept. I was really excited for it. And it's such a genius idea because the characters can talk directly to the camera and explain things. And it can just be written off as they're making a YouTube video. They're explaining what's happening to the camera. And that happens in this one. I believe at one point she's like, oh, I heard a noise, I don't know who it was. And later on, spoilers kind of, she tells the audience about her evil plan. But this could have absolutely been done better. It doesn't even stick to its own concept because she has like security cameras and those are also integrated in the YouTube video. Like, it's not just a shot of her in her bedroom. It's like security camera footage. Like, imagine if you were watching this video and I just cut to, yo, it's your boy popping in again to say I couldn't find any footage of this. I know that sucks, but what can you do? I just wanted to point this out because this may be people's first video and they may think I just never use the actual clips, but I do. I just don't have them for this one. I looked a lot of places. I couldn't find it. You know, sometimes that's just how it goes. You know, you just can't find the clips you want when you're doing a movie review like this. Anyway, back to me. Okay, the first sentence. I didn't lock my door that night. Yeah, the whole YouTube effects, like she has emojis pop up, and there's this weird thing in movies and TV shows that try to be hip and like know what they're talking about, where they do these things that are just like, something like that would happen in a like a stereotypical YouTube video, but just the way they do it, something you can tell something is artificial about it, like it's not real. Has that ever happened in a makeup tutorial? Like they have an emoji just pop up and like as if it's reacting to what's happening in the video. Like they would probably have an emoji in the thumbnail maybe, but not like in the video. I have never seen that. And again, I haven't watched like makeup YouTubers, but I don't think that's a thing that happens. A guy knocks on her door. She's all suspicious. She goes to check the front door. The guy sneaks in through the window. The burglar, the intruder, knocks out the power and then goes into this woman's room and frantically calls his friend and basically reveals that she is actually the evil one in this scenario. She is, what exactly does he say? He basically just says, she's crazy, I can't believe she did that, or whatever. He checks under the bed for his friend, finds that his friend is actually dead, and he hides under the bed. And she comes back and also reveals she's doing like a demon makeup, or at the very least a spooky, scary makeup. And then it's revealed that she planned this whole thing as to be part of her YouTube, her dark web video. So she is making a dark web video where she basically hunts down and kills a guy. But this also doesn't make sense because how did she know that the guy would sneak in when she was filming? She started her makeup tutorial before the guy knocked on the door. So again, that's kind of nitpicking, but I think it actually would have just been better if it was just a woman doing a makeup tutorial gets hunted by a guy while she's filming. But it is the concept for the Two Sentence horror story, the actual thing they're basing it off of. So I can't really blame them for that. I feel like this concept has a lot of potential to it, and I feel like this episode didn't live up to it, with again like showing the security cameras and having multiple camera angles. The woman kills her, but revealed that he was playing possum and he's actually getting up and tries to attack her. And then the dude's friend, the guy he found under the bed that was dead, actually isn't dead. There's so many twists. And then he attacks the dude and then helps with his girlfriend's makeup tutorial, which is really sweet. Relationship goals. I like the end reveal of, I think that's the only reason that they wanted to do this whole beauty vlogger tutorial, is that they thought of this sort of image of putting someone's skin over your face, and they wanted that to be the ending, and they couldn't think of any other reason to get to this point. It is a neat visual, I'll give it that. It makes it so much easier to catch my prey. Okay, Two Sentence horror story doesn't work for a 21-minute episode. The Two Sentence horror story, you could just have that be a story. It didn't need the whole beauty vlogger angle to it. Like, it could have just been a woman is home alone and then guy sneaks in, and you could have done all the same beats without making her a beauty vlogger YouTuber. Like, it wasn't necessary. You could have just shot it like a normal film or normal TV show episode. So I think they knew it was an interesting idea, but it feels like it was just taped to the actual story and the actual horror story, the Two Sentences, and doesn't really fit. It doesn't fit. One thing I will give credit for is the main actress is very good. She performed her role well. She did a good job at appearing like creepy and kind of crazy. And props to her, because I mean the whole episode is mainly just her. The burglar only has like a couple lines. She is the true star, and I feel like although I didn't really like the episode hinges on her, and it would have been a lot worse if she didn't perform her role well. The other actors were passable. Most of this was just filler. Like they're roaming around the house, they're chasing each other. Like this would have been so much better if it was like 5 minutes. So after that episode, I watched another one, because even though I didn't like that episode, it was at least interesting. And so I was like, okay, maybe the other episodes are all kind of different and interesting in their own unique ways. So then I watched Hide. And the reason I chose Hide was because of the thumbnail. Had a creepy image on it, and I thought maybe it would be like the having the mask of someone else's skin thing, where it would build up to the one scary image. And also because of the description of the episode mentions a home invasion, and I'm a sucker for home invasion stories, horror movies. Since we start off with knock knock, I heard. This episode was way shittier. In this 21-minute episode, it takes until 9 minutes to get to the actual home invasion, which normally I don't think I would complain about, because you should take your time and build up the horror, but not almost half your runtime. That's not good. And especially when the name of the show is 2-sentence horror stories, so the whole point is kind of an immediate thing. Like when you watch a show called 2-sentence horror stories, you're not expecting a slow build. So a woman's telling her kids what to do if they hear a knock, and then the home invaders are just wearing these masks. It's pretty standard. They hide from them, they try to find help. The home invaders act creepy. Again, it's just like the other episode in that it's just so much as filler. Like, oh, they're roaming around the house. Is it scary? Oh, there's a close call. Like, this is like cookie cutter home invasion stories. I guess I picked 2 home invasion episodes, so maybe the other episodes are okay. Maybe it's just because I picked, maybe just the home invasion episodes are similar. Maybe that's it. The mother kills the 2 home invaders, and then it's on the news. It's revealed that the attackers were just 2 people from their own neighborhood, and they were just trying to scare people. And then the mother knocks on the door, and it's ICE. They're coming to deport her or her kids, or both. But the monsters had already found their way inside. It's alright. This is what I was expecting from the show, this kind of episode, because it is just the actual story. The best part of the episode is the ending. Again, this should be a short film. Maybe a little longer, this one, because a lot of things do happen, so maybe 10 minutes. It's a neat idea. Again, completely wasted. The mom's acting is also really good. I feel like they hired good actors. Even the child actors aren't bad, which is the most I can say. But for child actors, not bad is pretty good. I think this episode also suffered because it's not a high concept like the other one. As much as I shit on the other one for combining 2 things that didn't fit, at least it had like a high concept, a USP. A unique selling point. This episode didn't have that. It was just standard home invasion, and then that's it. There's 19 minutes of filler, and then you get to the last minute, which is actually good. For both episodes, that was the case. So and then I started watching Little Monsters, and I think from what I remember, I don't know how I forgot this. This was like just recently. When I watched Little Monsters, it felt like the kind of the same thing. It's just filler, and eventually we'll get to a conclusion, and the conclusion will probably be good, but it won't be worth the 20 minutes I just wasted watching people wander around a house. But again, I only watched 2 episodes, so it is very possible I picked the 2 worst episodes, although I checked on IMDb, and I think they're both like the highest rated episodes from what I saw. Let me check again, actually. Yeah, they're two of the highest. Tutorial is the highest rated episode on IMDb. So Hyde is like one of the highest rated. So yeah, I tapped out. There is a new series coming, so maybe it'll be good. Maybe I'll come back and review some other episodes to see if it actually gets better. You know what the show is? Go to the subreddit, 2 Sentence Horror Stories, read the title, and then wait, set a timer on your phone for 20 minutes, and then come back and then read the actual post, the second sentence. That's what this show is. Watch a different horror anthology show. Black Mirror is kind of hit or miss. I haven't watched the new Twilight Zone, but there's better stuff out there. The concept really does just drag it down because you're just waiting for the punchline. And that's what it really is. It's a punchline. Thank you all for watching. Sorry if I was a little harsh, because like I said, I did only watch 2 episodes, so maybe it's great. Maybe it's one of the best series. It wasn't for me. I thought it was boring. It wasn't very good. I hope you enjoyed this, hopefully smaller, shorter review. So thank you all for watching. I feel like I just kind of rambled a bit, but hopefully you made out a point there somewhere. And I'll see you next time.